Hey there, everyone. This is Milk Chef from Guys Games, back with more Final Fantasy 9. Man, it's... Whew, I don't know why it feels weird to talk right now. I don't know, I'm like... Boo. Let me just... Alright. Alright, so what was happening last time? Right. Where we want to go to Sanctuary. So I want to go talk to the guys. But before we do anything else, I just want to quickly do this. Boom. So I kept mentioning I wanted to go over these two things right here, and I kept forgetting. So we're just going to do it right now before I ever can possibly forget. So mug damage is simple. It's just a random number from anywhere from 0 to Zydane's level times the target, whatever you're hitting is level divided by 2. So if Zydane, if say we're both me and the monster level 10, right, it can do anywhere from 0 to 50 damage. And then likewise, when you steal Gil, it's Steel Gil. It works off the exact same thing. It's just a little smaller of a range. So if we were level 10 and the target was level 10, it'd be 10 times 10 to 100. So I could steal up to 25 Gil plus 1. So I could steal up to 26 Gil. A couple quirks with these two things. So Steel Gil, I made confirmation of this. You steal Gil only when you steal an item. So, and it doesn't matter what you steal. It's just the same thing no matter what. It's the same formula. So if you steal from a monster, you steal a potion. You can steal up to this much Gil. If you fail to steal or they don't have anything left to steal, you don't get anything else. And I believe it adds it to you like your end of battle stats. Like if you steal with Steel Gil, like it doesn't tell you how much you steal, but you'll see it at the end. I think it might even just add it directly to your money. I didn't actually double check on that, but I mean, it works. It gets you the money. And then Mug obviously works like this. One tiny quirk with Mug is that it essentially makes your steal. It actually makes your steal like a proper physical attack, right? So like because of that, if you can't steal from sleeping enemies anyway, right? If you steal and you have Mug equipped, you'll wake them up. So, if you're planning on doing something like that, don't have Mug equipped. And, I mean, at the end of the day, neither Mug nor Steel Gil make a huge difference. Like, if you really look at it, but it's like, I kind of understand why they're not super strong in this game, because the reality is, if you really look at what I've been doing throughout the game, right, you just kind of steal with Zydane a lot, because it's just good practice. So, like, having those equipped, it's like, at least Zydane's doing something else while he's mugging, right? You're getting a little extra money, he's doing a little bit of extra damage, you never know, right? It could help. And I mean, Final Fantasy 9 doesn't really want you to grind, right? It doesn't really encourage you ever to grind, especially given that levels in this game don't really do that much. Which, now that I think about it, I should probably... I still have to do another video on, like, level ups, because there's more to it than just what I went over in that one video where I talked over Steiner's fat face. But yeah, the game doesn't really encourage you to grind just because level ups don't really do that much on their own. And like, the Gil is nice, but it's like, it's there because it's like, it's there for as like something like extra, right? Like I said, you spend a lot of time in this game stealing with Zydane anyways, so it's like, you might as well have those equipped if you know you're going to be just doing that, right? Say, I want to get through here. Never! Only those who've received the ceremony can pass. What the heck is that ceremony? Speak to His Holiness. And where is His Holiness? I don't know where he is. Which means I don't know where he is. Hey, do you have anything to say? No, it's still just Thomas. Wait, wasn't there a thing? Right. We wanted to get another Multina racket here. Is there anything else I was thinking of? Nah, I guess we're good. Alright, so like they're saying, I think actually if you come over here you can talk to the other dude blocking the stairs. But I think he just says the same thing. Oh hey, that's the Kirk boat, the symbol of Condo Petit. What's a boat doing up there? Boat? I don't know what you're talking about. What's a boat? So goofy. Speak to His Holiness, Seamus Gatekeeper. I don't know where he is. So I guess I'll have to shut up. I betcha he said something if you actually talk to him first. But yeah, His Holiness is just hanging out over here. Check out his design though. Like, look at that freaking, look at his like hair. Like, man, This guy, I love that hair. Hey, mister, are you the holy guy? I'm Father David. What are you doing hanging around this hallway? Well, a priest has much to worry about, you see. He said a boot! He's Canadian! Nah, I'm kidding. David Heavengard. That's an awesome name, actually. David Heavengard. You see. Yeah, whatever. Look, we want to get past this village. Tradition states that only those who undergo the ceremony can approach the sanctuary. So, what the heck is that ceremony about anyway? Well, after a man and a woman are blessed in holy union, they leave on holy pilgrimage to the sanctuary. So, basically it's a wedding and a honeymoon, right? I don't know your words, lad, but me thinks you understand. So if we go to the sanctuary, so we can go to the sanctuary if we undergo that ceremony, right? Oh, hey, Dagger. So yeah, that's the deal. What do you think? We can go if we get hitched, but there's no way we'd actually... Let's do it. What? So you wanted to be joined, eh? The ceremony is only for dwarves, see? But we have so few young folk nowadays. We're down to 99 couples. I was worrying about that very thin. But what's the harm? Now we can have our 100th ceremony. Ziding's like... Dagger? What's going on? This is a fun little scene. It's got this fancy, like I don't even, I think, it's funny because it's kind of, even though it's like, they've kind of got an Irish thing going on, this song kind of has a Japanese feeling to it because it has those drums, you know? Or maybe I'm wrong about that? I don't know. This makes me... It gives me a Japanese feeling. Anyways. Spirits of the mountain. Spirits of the wood. Now, how did I get into this? Watch over this man and woman as they begin that journey. We gotta do this ceremony to get past this village. Only a guy and girl can have the ceremony. Now, hold on a sec, Dagger. Don't you get it? This is marriage. M-A-R-R-I-A-G-E. No kidding. But we have to do it to go on, right? Yeah, but that's not reason enough. Oh, come on. What is she thinking? She's supposed to get angry and say no way. In sickness and in health. Of course, we're just trying to get past this village. Have the strength to carry ye through the trials. Could it be that she likes me? And the wisdom to follow the path. Gotta admit, I was pretty deep that night in the Black Mage Village. Maybe that's when she fell for me? I'm such a stud. May the blessing of heaven be upon this man and woman. Nice little, freaking Dagger. Now we're man and wife. Time for the kiss. Playing hard to get, eh? I love how comically, loud that crash is. It feels like it's so dramatic. There's no way it would ever make that much noise. Ziding's not exactly a huge dude. It's just crash. I love that you can see, the two dwarves other than the father, doing this little, I don't even know, it's like they're doing a... What would you call it? I was gonna say I was just gonna say an animation, but that's, that's obviously what you just... That's not what you'd call it. You would never call that in real life. If someone's doing a dance, you don't say, oh, nice animation, Playing hard to get, eh? Happy fit! Now you need to announce your journey to the twins at the other gate. What? You mean there's more? We have to follow tradition, lad. Well, time for us newlyweds to make the rounds, Dagger. Remember, we're only married while we're here. Bliss is so fleeting. God, this is such a great part of the game. Zidane, what are we supposed to do? Hey, you guys trying to ruin our honeymoon? But can just leave us here. Don't worry, I'll figure something out. Let's see. So, this might be the greatest option in the entire freaking game. And part of me wants to save it for the half part, but it's kind of way too good for me to just throw in a side video. So I'm gonna pick this option. Why don't you guys get married too? What? Yeah, that's it. In the meantime, Dagger and I can go announce our marriage. Yes, and you get an AT and everything. Nuptial joy. Have the strength to carry you through the trials, and the wisdom to follow the path. May the blessing of heaven be upon this man and woman. You know, Quinn can be whatever he wants, so if you think about it, Quinn can just do the same with anyone. I so happy. Me too. And the way Quinn just approaches him, like it looks like he's gonna like try to kiss him or something. Thief! So I love this scene, not only because well, I mean the primary thing is because both this one and especially they're really funny. Like this part of the game is really funny. There's just a lot of good comedy, but also just like I just love the fact that like Dagger just like at this point she doesn't care anymore. Like she's kind of lost any she's not really like bashful around Zidane anymore. You know what I mean? Like she's so used to him that it's like, oh, we need to get married to get past here. Yeah, okay, let's just do that then. Because, like, she doesn't really... You know what I mean? Like, it's funny because, like... I mean, to be fair, even at the start of the game, she was never particularly, like... That's kind of, like, her, like, standout trait. She's a princess, but she isn't, like... She doesn't feel super, like... well, I mean, she does feel... what's the term? Sheltered? Yeah, she'd feel sheltered in some ways, but not in others. Even at the start of the game. And that's kind of the interesting thing about Dagger. Because, like, on some parts, it's like, you know, like, the way... I guess a good way to put it is that the way she's sheltered make her feel almost, like, weirdly not sheltered. I guess it's, like... Like, you know, an obvious thing is, like, the Oglop scene at Dali, where, like, an Oglop jumps into her and she's just like, oh, what's this? Because she literally doesn't know. And it's like, and, you know, the granny is like, what? Girls are usually scared of these. And it's like she can't be scared because she doesn't even know what it is. So it doesn't even occur to her to be like afraid of it. You know what I mean? That's kind of how do I even put this? Well, I mean, I think I'm putting it pretty well. It's Dagger is a pretty, like, I shouldn't say it, she's really interesting in that regard. Like, she's a very atypical princessy character because, like, usually, like, when you see princess characters, it's like, either it's like they're super regal and, like, fancy, or they're like, you know, you'll get, like, an occasional, like, reversal, like in Final Fantasy V, where you have Ferris, right? That's Ferris, right? That's her name? Alright? I mean, I guess technically she is a princess. She is a princess, right? Yeah. And like you get it, she's like a reversal, you know, she's a pirate and all that jazz. But it's like Dagger Garnet is interesting in that regard because she's a sheltered princess who's kind of has that regal part, but she's also like you know, like she planned to escape the castle, you know, and she did it by trying to, you know, hide away with Tantalus. And she's been very, like, atypical, I guess, in that regard. She's very, like, determined, and she doesn't really, like... I guess that's a good way of putting it. She's determined to do what she wants to do, even if it requires, you know, to do some weird things, you know? Like, for example, getting married to Zidane. It's like, well, we need to do it to pass on, so let's just get married, you know? That actually segued pretty good. Anyways, hi guys, we're the newlyweds Zidane and Dagger. Rally ho, happy fit, off to the sanctuary then, are ye? That's right, will you let us through now? Rally ho, of course, Save journey to both of ye. And they just jog off. Let us be off, my darling. Thief! Huh? Ah, look at this girl. Mog, hurry! Kupo, stop! Thief! Stop, thief! But what's going on? I don't know. Let's go take a look. They got away. Fwoosh! And we cannot go any further. Does anyone live out here? Of course no, it's forbidden. Ouch! Yon two thieves are always snitching food. Oh yeah? I'll catch them next time. Oh, hi guys. So you had your ceremony, right? Yeah. Thief have nerve to steal food right in front of me. Okay, time to press on. So I think if we come back now, maybe now we can like... No. I swear there's a point when you can see the name of this other person, but I don't know when. What's the screen called? Exit. So yeah, in case it wasn't obvious, this little thing, this little like gate here, is where it leads from. Actually, I wonder if the dialogue anywhere is different. Let me just quickly like do one last run through, because we probably won't be back here for a while anyways. Like, I wonder if the father's hanging around anywhere. Maybe not. I'm not gonna waste any time with that. A long time ago, a man once tried to head out east over here, but he hadn't undergone the ceremony, so he couldn't pass through. Did you meet the pointy yet? Huh. I wonder if she's talking about Kuja. That would make sense. A man tried to pass east of here, but he couldn't because he hadn't done the ceremony. That makes sense. It's an interesting random thing to bring up. Alright, anyways, let's actually head out of here. So the reason I didn't want to do this is because this is actually like a little like, I wouldn't necessarily, I mean, I guess I'd call it like, it's a dungeon in the sense of there's, you know, it's an area we run through and there's random encounters and there's stuff to do. Hey. Mountain path. I like how this is when they decide to just do mountain path. Kupo-po! Hurry, Mog, before we get caught! Kupo! What's wrong, Mog? Kupo! Oh, wait! Don't leave me here! Sigh. Stuck on a branch. Betrayed by my own trusted Moogle. Is this how I meet my end? Mog, I'm gonna haunt you if I die here. Oh, am I hallucinating? That person has no horn. He has a tail, though. Huh? Ah! Help! Don't eat me! I won't taste good! It's true, I taste awful! You heard her, Quina. I see. Too bad. But Moogle that ran away a very strange color. I go find and eat it. No, don't! Wah! Ah! Gotcha. Now Quina making a massive quake from her jumping, I can believe. Thanks. Are you okay? Yeah. You're not hurt? I told you I'm okay. I'm not a child like that kid in blue. But you don't look any older than me. Are you kidding? And I do have a name, you know. Sorry about that, got interrupted. So, this girl's name is Aiko. I think that's how you pronounce that. I mean, I don't know. I to this day, I don't think I've ever actually heard the pronunciations of any of these characters. Like, I think you hear them, like, that one, I can't even pronounce it. It's the one where they, like, actually, like, fight. It's, like, kind of like a weird 3D beat-em-up kind of thing. But, I mean, I don't think any characters from the game except Zaiden are in there anyways, so. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna call her Aiko because that's what I've always called her, and that's what it kind of makes sense just from the way it's, you know, set up. So her name is Aiko. The name's Aiko. Shouldn't you introduce yourself before addressing a lady? You introduced yourself first. You got a problem? I'm Dagger, and this is Vivi. Yeah? What about you? Me? I'm Zidane. Zidane, alright. So, Miss Aiko, Did you steal? Oh, why did you steal from this village? I was hungry. Hahaha, you sound just like Quina. Hey, did she really go out chasing after that Moogle? Oh no, she's gonna meet blah blah blah. She's gonna meet Mog. I don't think Quina would eat a Moogle. Do you live nearby, Aiko? Oh, jeez, I'm really fumbling on my words today. Do you live nearby, Aiko? Yeah, beyond this path. I'm sure Moogle went home. Why don't we take her home? Yes, yes. Anything for my lovely wife. You two are married? Yep, we're newlyweds. No, no. We're just friends. Well, I guess that's better than nothing. I want to be your friend too. Alright, then let's go to our new friend's house. So we finally have a new character after, like, you get the first 6 characters, like, super quick on this one. Like, obviously you get the first, you know, Steiner, Vivi, Dagger, and Zidane, like, right away. As soon as you reach the world map for the first time, you already have them all. But then, like, and then, like, you get Quina potentially, like, pretty early on, and Freya's pretty early on, too. And then, but then, like, it's been a while, you know, since then. And all of a sudden, we're just given a new character. Aiko has some, so obviously because, you know, Aiko is a new character, I mean, she has to learn all of the abilities again, right? Because, like, she doesn't start with anything. But we can quickly slap on, auto-regen high tide on her for funsies. So Aiko, she uses flutes, which is pretty fun, but she is the other character that can use rackets, as you can see here. And yeah, we can slowly start putting stuff on her to learn again. So, I guess we'll do that. She starts off with, like, she's pretty frail to start off with, so you have to be kind of careful. Like, especially if you're learning abilities with her, because, like, look at her stats compared to, like, she'll get murdered if she gets smacked by stuff, so you have to be very careful with her. But it's probably, I would say it's worth it for the most part. I guess the only thing I would say is it might be worth it. I'm gonna actually, yeah, you know what, this makes sense. We'll put a Silk Robe on her because it'll give her ability up. We won't put auto regen on for now. We'll just put these on. I'll go over auto regen later, cause whew, man, I'm just gonna tell you right now, like without going too in depth, the auto abilities in this game are mundo powerful. Like they're like it's infamous how strong they are. But we'll go over that later. Now we'll just stick with this stuff. Yeah, anyways, we can go ahead and backtrack up here to check out these vines up here, and there's some chests up here. Bam, remedy. And yes, there are random encounters in here. And with Quinagon, we're in kind of I don't know if I'd call it. It's an interesting situation because essentially we only have one strong physical attack now. We have 2 mages. Well, we have 2 white mages and a black mage, right? I think these are, yeah, these are gnolls. These guys are fun. Yeah, so if you couldn't tell, she also is a white mage, and she also has summon magic. And yeah, these guys, by the way, remember, these guys have steel too, by the way. Ouch! There you can see. Hey, see, he killed it with Mug. How about that? I tell you, man, can be useful. Oh, well, that's less useful. I think in this situation, actually, I believe he's using Vanish on himself again. That's funny. Does that reply? Yeah, I guess so. It like made his stuff vanish for a second. That's kind of fun. This is so he can do damage. That's cool. So this is kind of a cool thing with Vanish in this game too. Like it makes our we can see our weapons too, but pretty much most monsters that have weapons like this Null, like he has like the the shuriken and I'm not even sure what that like pointed thing is called, but a lot of these monsters will have Vanish and it'll work the same for them too, which is kind of a cool detail. I guess we'll just. I forget if these guys are weak to. I don't think they're actually weak to anything, so I'll just Thundara. And then we'll have Dagger attack. Wham. Maybe they're weak to ice, because no, you know, I betcha Vivi has something equipped that makes his ice attack stronger, because that was... I don't see right these guys would be weak to ice. Oh no, so let's quickly show off, uh-oh. That's gonna hurt. Oh, she dodged! Look at that sweet dodge animation where she floats with the wings on her back. I think those are actually just decorations, but the game kind of, like, lampshades that. And I love that her physical attack with her flute is just she runs up and does, like, a somersault against the enemy. Which is pretty funny. Boom! Taken out. So, thankfully, since we have these rackets, even though Zidane is the only strong physical attacker right now, Dagger and, if you equip Aiko, can still do some decent damage right now. And hey, we got another Sapphire. I think Sapphires teach High Tide. Because we have it on Aiko. She gets Fenrir and High Tide. We actually have a lot of gems right now. We got a diamond for body temp and distract. We can get High Tide if we want. And she just mastered that, so get Cura. Since Aiko has Cura right now, I think I'll stall on that for a little bit, and we'll try to get Dagger High Tide, because now that she actually has Summon, she can actually finally get some use out of her trance. So that'll probably be pretty useful. Also, we can give her Locomotion. I mean, why not? Stop immunity is pretty useful because, you know, since Stop is basically just like a half-baked, like, KO. It's basically KO, but without depleting your HP to 0. Which is something you have to be kind of careful about. You can't learn anything. Zidane's getting shit. Zidane's almost learned Annoy. And we'll be able to put the Explode on for Lucky 7 and Sacrifice. We haven't even gotten to show off Lucky 7 yet. Actually, what's Zidane's HP at? Well, actually, it's a pretty typical amount. So, anyways, Mountain Path has these, like, weird little, like, statues here. Like, I don't even know what you call them. Like, these, like, stone monuments or whatever you'd even call them. Like, just these things that have stones in them. So you kind of have to run around and find them. I guess we should check out the descriptions of. We never looked at the world map, yeah. Checks current location and place names on the world map. World map. Let fear propel you forward. Do not look back. Do not let failure stifle you. Irontail Fratley. It's funny that Fratley is quoted for both the maps, which is kind of appropriate given he, you know, left on a journey to explore the world. Blue Stone. A mysterious rare item received from the Condo Petit Mountain Path. Blue Stone. Blue water flows with time. It streams and sings as it travels into the ocean. David Hedegaard. And also a Virgo. Watching the sunset from the cape, Virgo whispered, "My only wish is to be with you now." Received from the Black Mage Village. Oh, hey. I wonder if, can we get these guys? No, I guess not. I don't think you can jump across here. You have to go from the other side. Whoops. Well. I walked down inefficiently, so we're getting another fight. There's a couple enemies here. And, hey, there's the one I was thinking of. Ochu. This is a pretty, like, well-known Final Fantasy enemy. I say that, but I actually forget. What was the first game Ochu showed up in? Was it 7? I think that's the one I know of, but it's probably showed up before. So, as you can imagine, Ochu's a big plant monster. It's weak to fire. So it'd be a good idea to go ahead and blast it with a fire rod. This is around the point where, thanks to the fact we don't have a lot of physical attackers, enemies start getting a little more durable, but at the same time our damage output has increased a lot, so it's actually not that big a deal. Also, Ochu is really weak for some reason. Like, one of its attacks is just slow, which, to be honest, is kind of pathetic. Like, it's one big monster, and it wastes one of its turns just slowing us down, one person down. It's just like, what's the point, man? Thorn Whip. Nice dodge. Yeah, a lot of dodges today. Aiko's running animation with her thing as she just kind of holds her flute to her chest and just kind of runs away. Whack. Not that strong though, because back row and all that jazz. What's her defend animation like? She just puts the flute in front of her and kind of goes into like a crouch stance. Pretty typical. Oh, nice dodge, Ochu. He has Blizzara though, which can be a little scary. I think it's actually kind of strong, if I remember. It could be stronger. Let's show off her White Mage, her casting animation. Because a very cool detailed icon is because she uses her flutes for casting magic, she actually has a unique sound effect for playing or for casting. She actually plays a little tune with her flute, which is a really cool little detail because it's she's the only character that gets that. Every other character just uses like the same thing. Yeah, you can see that Ochu's surprisingly tough. Like I actually expected him to die already, so you got me. Let's just finish off with Zidane though. Zidane should take it out, right? There you go. Good work, Zidane. She does a little jig while playing her flute. You didn't really get a good look at it yet, though. It's kind of hard to, because she doesn't really kill stuff. She has a summon, but we're going to wait to use that. Oh, geez, I'm stuck on a thing here. Oh, whoa, yeah, I forgot. The hitbox for climbing that rope is actually like, or that, like, I guess the root is huge for some reason. Also, pay attention to this. This statue is kind of like blends in pretty well, but it has a stone. You gotta be careful. Don't miss this. Let's check it out. The red stone. Fire was a gift from the heavens. It must never be used for evil. Like, you can see, like look how far I can climb this. Like, Zidane literally runs up to the climber. Like, that's how far away it is. There's a lot of Oglops on the path too, which is kind of nice. They actually react to you. You can see, like, you know. I almost wanted to make a Call of Duty joke, but I will refrain. What does she even have? She just has Protect and Life and Cure right now, so I guess we'll just defend with her for now. These guys are actually a little scary. I mean, I'm gonna throw out a stop spell, I guess, and then we'll just attack with Zidane and Dagger. Yeah, these are trolls. These guys are actually kind of scary because they have man, my stat has like been terrible this run, but they have a well, first of all, they have a counter, so you have to watch out for that. But they have a status effect they can inflict. And it's actually quite nasty at this point, as we'll see if he uses it. Ouch! I figure out their chance I can. They might just always counter though, so you have to be careful with that. Maybe slow them. I mean, it seems pretty common. There you go, take him outside, Zidane. Solution! They can berserk your characters with Solution, and it also does a little damage. So, as you can imagine, when we're in a party with, 3 mages who don't do that much damage, and also the fact that these guys counter attacks, that's actually quite a nasty, attack they can use. We'll just use Blizzard. I think I didn't even check. I forget. I should have checked if Vivi has a Blizzard boosting item. If he does, this should actually just kill this guy right here. I don't know. Maybe those gnolls are just weak to ice then. That's so weird. I guess they are kind of I don't even know what they are. They're kind of like a wolf though, so I wouldn't really think they'd be weak to ice. I don't know. Let me just double check. Am I crazy? What did I have him on for? I had the Magician Cloak. I mean, that did reduce his Oh, yeah, there you go. The Magician Cloak raised ice damage. That's exactly why. Ah, well, that's fine. I want to learn the ability anyways. Hey, look who it is. You want to buy Magitech, Tent, and Ether for 666 gil, man. Condo Petit is a beautiful place. So before we go ahead and talk to that Moogle, let's head over here to see this statue. So this is where you put our stones in. We're gonna wait on that though, because we want to go get the other stones. Anyways, we have a Moogle here. We can go ahead and do some manga. It's Suzanu, or Suzuna from the Red Rose. Thanks for delivering mail from Mogmat. Mogmat just moved to a new village. I was worried about him, Kupo. From Mogmat to Suzuna. Glass of water. It's been 6 months since I started living in Condo Petit. The food here is great. The people are very nice, Kupo. But the only thing is I can't get used to saying. The only thing I can't get used to is Rally Ho. I keep saying Rally Kupo. Village life sounds hard, Kupo. Alright, so let's go ahead and use a 10 to heal ourselves up. And go ahead and save. Oh, let's go ahead and drop a save. Let's save, Kupo. Wait, which one was I saving? Right, yeah, it's Slot 2. I kind of like, my mind went empty for a second there. There you go. Ooh, my eyes kind of hurt right now. I haven't been getting enough sleep lately. I've always been going to bed super late and then waking up early. Anyway, actually I got all that screw that encounter. What's that? Transition into an FMV. It shows us this big old tree. Very ominous. Is that the sanctuary? What the? Yeah, it's just a boss battle, just like that, out of nowhere. Screen shakes. Zidane goes, what that? And all of a sudden we're fighting a dude. And who are we fighting but, Hill Geigars, or, Hill Geigas, whatever you want to call them. Hill Geigars. See, the thing with this game is there's a bunch of names like this. It's like, it's supposed to be Hill Geigas, but I think I've heard that, rather than this being like a mistranslation, it's that they did this on purpose to make it not so obvious what it's supposed to be a reference to. So this is supposed to be like a Hill Geigas, right? But, I digress. Hill Geigas, he's actually a pretty interesting boss. So, he has a couple things with him, but, we're gonna try to silence him. I guess we could use the tent trick, but I'd rather actually use our silence. So, Hill Geigars. First of all, I want someone to use a summon on him. Hey, we got this. We got the silence off. Let's use Fenrir. Let's actually show this off. Oh, he's using Earthquake. Goddamn, oh, that was fast. It's gonna do some. Actually, that might just kill Aiko. Actually. Ooh, just barely. Let's go ahead and Cura everyone. And let's check out Terrestrial Rage. God, I love that animation. Bam! And then all of a sudden, oh look, our turns just got reset. Aiko, was that an Eidolon? I didn't know you could use summon magic. I always love setting that up. Because the fun thing about that little dialogue exchange we got is that you can actually, there's a couple of those that can appear, and it actually depends on where in this area you use a summon. I think Aiko can react to Dagger using one too, but don't quote me on that one. Anyways, with Vivi, we're just gonna just focus for now. So, a big, in fact, I'm kind of trying not to talk about this right, but I mean, I might as well just, you know, throw the proverbial horse out there. Hillgeigers might actually be the single most infamous boss in this entire game, because, so remember how Beatrix had that 1 in 256 steal with a Mithril sword? Thing is, like, even though she has that, it's like, it's not a big steal, and it's timed, so it's like getting it is like impossible anyways. But like, Hillgeigers is the next boss to have a 1 in 256 steal. He has like an angel flute for Aiko. Thing is, you actually can't get the angel flute for quite a long time, and it has a bunch of stuff for Aiko that she can learn really like way earlier than she normally would. And because of that, you know, a lot of people will sit here for hours trying to steal it from this guy. And it is, you know, it's a 1 in 256 steal, so it is brutal getting that. Like, I highly doubt I'll ever get that. Like, I'm gonna keep seeing with him throughout the fight, but I'm not gonna try too hard to get it, because like the reality is, I probably won't. That's just how it is. Hip hop, bam! He crushes Vivi. This guy has a bunch of funny attacks like that. Like he has an attack. I love that hip hop is just he just kind of like jumps and like kind of like lands with like crotch into you. Like it doesn't even land with like his ass or anything. Like he literally just like crotch smacks you. Like there's like what else would you call that? So as you can imagine, since this guy has an attack, a pretty strong earthquake attack, you can actually go ahead and float everyone to make us all immune. Wham! We're floating now. Knock down. Punch! You know, since the name of that attack is knockdown, I'm kind of disappointed that knockdown doesn't cure float. That'd be kind of cool, actually. We stole a Mithril Fork, big whoop. That's an item we could already bought, and Quina isn't even in the party anymore. So it's kind of like pathetic, that steal. Oh well, anyways, now that we've focused a couple times, let's check out Vivi's massive bio damage. Check this out. Just casually doing 2k. Another knockdown. Bam. Oh wow, that actually did a lot to Zidane. I guess that makes sense. He's front row and doesn't have as good defense. We'll cure him and then we'll throw out a Ramu, because why not at this point? Q. Get some nice electrocution damage in there. Not too bad, all things considered. Almost a K damage right there. That's without any like focusing like Vivi gets to do. I couldn't steal anything. You know, you get used to that dialogue box. Hip hop crush. Let's let our bars fill a little bit. Throw another bio. Oh wow, I forgot he's actually pretty fast. Bam. So he's gonna cure with her. So I bet you it'll say, maybe not yet. I forget when it might say this, so I guess we'll see. Actually, I might not say anything. Can't cast. There you go. Yeah. So, Hillgeigers has a Curaga spell. When it gets, I think, to like half health, he'll cast Curaga on itself. And like the thing is that Curaga heals for actually a ton of HP. It'll pretty much like fully heal. It heals like I forget, it's like, maybe it's not that much, but I remember it being like 4,000 or something. Maybe that's a little much, but it's definitely like, it's a pretty big heal. It's like, it's at least like 2,000. I kept dropping the amount, but like, yeah, it's a pretty big heal. So if you silence him though, he can't do it. I don't think silence prevents him from using Earthquake though, which, I mean, I said it, but he hasn't really actually used it in a while, so it's not a really big deal if you really think about it. You might be able to reflect him. You know, just because I'm curious, I'm actually gonna try this. Can you cast Reflect on him? He might be immune. No, he's not immune, so if you want, you can Reflect on him, and it'll actually make him bounce or Raga onto you. So that's a cool way to deal with it too. It's almost weird to me, because, like, here's the thing. Silence in most Final Fantasy games, for some reason, is very, like, underwhelming. Like, it has such a strong effect, and that's kind of the problem. Like, most Final Fantasy games, like, even the ones that, like, let you status effect a lot on bosses, like 7, for example, you know, pretty much every boss in the game is vulnerable to something, right? You know, like, you can poison, like, half the bosses in the game. And, like, even, like, the final boss can be slowed, which messes with them, you know, makes them really weak. But, like, silence is not something that can be done. I don't think any boss in 7 can be silenced. And this is kind of true for the series as a whole. Very few bosses can be silenced. And yet, this game, you can actually silence a lot of bosses, like, up to this point. Anyway, since we, reflected on him, we can go ahead and use our, you know, the old bounce reflect trick, where since he has Reflect out, we can get through it by just having Vivi bounce a spell off of himself. Fun fact, I think I had mentioned this actually, but in the Japanese version, bouncing a spell off of a Reflect is actually, like, really strong. It, like, powers up the spell, I think, to double damage. And they actually, like, nerfed that international releases, so it's just the normal damage. Which is honestly pretty fair, because, like, Reflect bouncing is, not only is it super strong, but it's also just, like, very consistent. Like, there's nothing in the game that can really deal with it, other than just, like, getting rid of your Reflect, right? Or just being immune to your spell in the first place, which is easy to get around by just using something like Bio. That big monster just shows up from time to time. I usually just run away. But you're a pretty good fighter, Aiko. Teehee, thanks. Hey, how come you can summon Eidolons, Aiko? So, if you use... I forget, I think it's both that if you never summon during that fight, or I think if you summon earlier in the area, you actually don't get this dialogue here. I thought you could too, Dagger. Well, not usually. Hey, have you always been able to do that? Of course. My grandpa and everyone else did it all the time. What do you mean? Hey, that's not the way to my house. That's the way to the Aoife tree. This way to my place. I was only looking at the mountains. The Aoife tree? I thought it was called Sanctuary. Huh? Oh, that's what the dwarves call it. Everyone else calls it the Aoife tree. Yeah, everyone else being her. The Aoife tree? Let's go! So you can obviously see this here. They got this Yellowstone. Get over here. And if we head to this side path instead of going down the big tree, we can find a chest in the final little stone monument. Get an ether. Pick up that stone. Bam, got the green stone. So let's take a look at those. We also got a Magitag, which cures zombie. We can't even buy those yet, so it's kind of funny you got one from Stiltskin early. Yellow earth is sometimes harsh, sometimes gentle. Travel the earth to see its heart. Greenstone. The tree nurtures all. It protects and gives birth to life. Let us pray to it every day. So now that we have all the stones, we can go ahead and backtrack over to the little stone statue, or whatever you want to call it earlier. We're probably going to get an encounter here. Oh no, we got away with it. The main screen you tend to get an encounter on is this one, because this one's pretty long. Oh, we got away with it though. Oh, but the thing's on the other side. Well, that's good because we skipped an encounter by doing that anyways, probably. Maybe not, I don't know. Anyways, set over here and throw in our stones. So, if anyone who's never done a Scabba 2 Perfect game knows about the conundrum that these 4 stones are, like, key items, right? And once you put them in there, you can't get these back. So some people will actually, like, keep the stones because it's like, you know, you can always choose to just put these in the statue if you want the item it gives you, but you can never get the stones back. But we can put in these stones, put in the stone. Something came up from the back. We get a moonstone! So, remember how we got a moonstone from Braun all the way at the start of the game for doing the thing perfect? If you don't do that then, this is the first time you can finally get another moonstone. To get Shell and Beast Killer. And it's kind of pathetic because at this point, it really doesn't matter. Like, Shell and Beast Killer are nothing special at this point. Although having the item is still nice because moonstones are one of the few gems that don't really have any, like there's no other way to get, there's no, like, renewable source of moonstones, right? So I think there's 4 total in the entire game. And if you don't get those 4 moonstones, that's it. There's no other, like, you can't steal them or get them from any monsters or anything. More nose. Oh, we can't even summon Fenrir because we don't have enough MP. That's funny. Let's just, bio. Let's group bio and then attack with Zidane, I guess. That's perfect because he's gonna cure his banish by doing that. I love that these things have a thing that's just called null attack, by the way. Like, it's kind of funny to me. It's like they couldn't think of anything. It's like, alright, just null attack. Anyways. Let's group bio that crap. Maybe we'll poison them. It's funny because the chance of poisoning with bio is actually pretty low. I think it's even reduced if you group cast. It's like, it's pretty rare to actually see a poison. It's just kind of a strong spell. Which is kind of funny, because I feel like in older games, the focus was on the poison part. This game, the focus is on just having lots of damage. I mean, why not? Let's throw out a stop. I think if you, even if a spell misses, it should cure the vanish anyway. So we'll just throw out a vanish. There you go, hit it. I'm pretty sure this game doesn't have the vanish trick of magic doesn't miss. It just, I'm pretty sure even if it misses though, it'll cure the vanish. We got locomotion and high tide. Might as well, I think we actually learned a bunch of stuff, so I should probably like rearrange our equipment while I'm here. Just barely missing out on the last thing there. And we got locomotion, so we'll put the magician robe back. Actually, thinking about it, maybe, well, I don't think Aiko's gonna be wearing that for a while, so we'll just put it on Dagger for now. And she can finally get Kira with the beret. Why not? Like, the beret is really strong. Like, look how much it raises. Like, the Sapphire obviously doesn't raise any stats. None of the gems do. But, like, look at how much stats it gives her. It gives her +1 to magic and spirit and 3 to strength. It even gives her a point in magic defense. Like, that's pretty hefty, especially given that strength, you know, like, since she doesn't really have super strong physical attacks right now, like, that's a nice boost. Oh yeah, we can go ahead and put this on. We can give him high tide if we want. I mean, why not? Swap out to the... We can already give her the magic armor for clear head and silence, which is nice. Silence is really good in this game. Just because, like, most monsters don't really have... like, whatchamacallit. Like, most regular random encounters aren't, like, going to be immune to any of your spells. Like, that's kind of a theme with this game. Bosses tend to be immune to less stuff, but actually most random encounters are just straight up, like, vulnerable to all status effects, like, always. Even at the end of the game, there's very few actual status immunities. Like, status effects can be hard to use at times, but they don't, like, punish you for using them. even if they aren't always super useful to do. They're very forgiving with random encounters. It's only like typically stuff that obviously like makes sense. Like if you fight a stone monster, you aren't gonna be able to petrify it. Let's actually see how much that increases their damage by, since we just got that beret for +3 strength. Boom! I can't actually tell the difference. Vivi's actually out of magic. Now maybe we should just run then. We'll try to steal some supplies. Let's just book it out of here. Well, we're pretty much done with the dungeon anyways, so let's just get the hell out of Dodge. What? Zidane, you couldn't steal anything? He tranced. Well. I guess since I'm here, I don't have enough magic to cast anything. How does this keep happening? I don't have any magic to cast twice, so I'll just cast 2 stops and then, you know. I guess we. Oh, he cast on that dude. That sucks. Would have been kind of cool to see if it was like straight immunity, or like, you know what I mean? Like if it actually like made it not miss. Now we'll never know. Oh, we actually got the stop off. That's nice. That's lucky, at least. Yeah, not enough MP. I guess since we literally can't do anything else while this dude is here and we don't have MP, I don't want to use an ether because I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Actually, you know what? Well, silence missed, so that just confirms it. I don't want to use an ether, but you know what? I am totally willing to just throw a tent at Vivi. Steal from that guy too. Vivi has all the stats immunities he needs anyways, so who cares? If he gets bitten, you know, big whoop, he's just blinded. And I gave him some good MP back. So I guess we'll just throw out some stops. And we got it too. There you go. 2 AP for free. Didn't even get any experience. And we just learned some stuff, so we can go and swap out our gear. Not quite for Aiko's weapon. Not quite for that, but we can finally swap out that for the Exploda, which only boosts his damage by 1, but it also lets us use Soul Blade again, but it also means we can't use add status anymore. And unfortunately, that means we pretty much won't ever equip add status again. So, you know, say goodbye to add status. We're not ever equipping that again. Just purely on the fact that there's just never any other weapon that he has that has an add status, so I guess let's just take that off. Just a bird killer. It's funny because counter hasn't been going off, and like Zidane's been like, man, Zidane, you're kind of lacking there, eh? I mean, screw it, let's put Steel Go back on. Is there any abilities here that I haven't like gone over? Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So MP attack uses MP, and it works in the same like these. Like it's a 50% boost if you hit the right target. So if you have MP, it'll work. I believe it uses exactly 1/8 of your MP rounded down. I want to say. So like, how much MP would that be for Zidane? It'd be like 11, because it rounds it down. Actually, no. Since it rounds it down, it'd be 10, I think. So I think he could get. I think if he has. I forget how that works. I'll look into that more in the half part, since I brought it up here, I guess. But I think it's 1/8 of your MP. It actually might be 1/6 now that I think about it. It might be a little more. I haven't used it yet, just because I like having... I don't like I don't know. I feel like the killer and MP attack abilities are just really strong. And like I feel like I end up in a situation where I just end up like... Zidane's just super strong if you keep using them, you know what I mean? But also, like, it gets rid of his MP, and I don't like having to... I don't know. It's just pure preference. Like, the reality is that for boss fights and stuff, a lot of time MP attack is good. I mean, part of it, too, is because, like, I spend most of the time just stealing the Zidane anyways. So, like, I wouldn't really use it that much. Should I end it here? Oh gosh. I think this would be a bit of a short part again, but like, there's gonna be a lot more talking in this area too. Screw it. I'm just gonna quit. I'm gonna quit. It'll be a bit of a short part, but once again, like, I don't want to go from talking for an hour to talking for another hour, you know what I mean? Like, these are pretty long. There's a lot of, like, it's surprising just how much talking there is at this point when it's like, you know, you think like with how little civilization is around, but man, there's so much talking. Anyways, yeah, that'll be it for this part. See you guys later.